Shalom, shalom, shalom. Barakatah Yahweh Bashim Mashiach Yahushai Bashim Kakadash. All praises due Royal House. It's about that time again. I have a interesting angle today. By the time these videos are concluded, then you'll understand what the angle is. And it's very necessary, y'all. It's very important. All right. So, what I want to ask all you fellas in here, more than welcome to listen. All right. This does have somewhat to do with you, but not so much this time. This is for the ladies. Yeah. I need y'all to listen very good today. All right. Very good. Because this is a very important lesson. It's going to cause you to be introspective. You have to really search yourself. All right. But you'll understand when I get done. All right. Don't y'all be sitting there talking shit in your head. Get ready to beat us up again. No. Nothing like that. Ain't nobody finna beat you down. Ain't nobody finna cuss you out. All right. This is not one of them days. Yeah. All right. This is just a day for you to reflect. All right. So, story time, Akwaths. And I want you to listen real good. Right? Yeah. I got some reading to do. I just want you to listen. Don't be trying to, figure shit out too early. Just shut up and listen. All right? All right. If you will, go with me to Judges chapter 16. We're going to start at verse 4. All right. And it came to pass afterward. Now, this talk about Samson. This is Samson and Delilah. All right. Verse 4 is talking about Samson when it says he. And it came to pass afterward that he, Samson, loved a woman in the valley of Sorek, whose name was Delilah. And the lords of the Philistines came up unto her and said unto her, entice him, and see wherein his great strength lieth, and by what means we may prevail against him, that we may bind him to afflict him, and we will give thee, every one of us, 1,100 pieces of silver. So she's starting to make a lot of money. And Delilah said to Samson, tell me, I pray thee, wherein thy great strength lieth, and wherewith thou mightest be bound to afflict thee. And Samson said unto her, if they bind me with 7 green withs that were never dried, then shall I be weak and be as another man. Then the lords of the Philistines brought up her 7 green withs which had not been dried, and she bound him with them. Now there were men lying in wait, abiding with her in the chamber. And she said unto them, the Philistines be upon thee, Samson. And he brake the wist, as a thread of tow is broken when it toucheth the fire. So his strength was not known. And Delilah said unto Samson, Behold, you have mocked me, and told me lies. Now tell me, I pray thee, wherewith thou mightest be bound. Unto her, and he said unto her, If they bind me fast with new ropes that never were occupied, then shall I be weak and be as another man. Delilah therefore took new ropes and bound him therewith, and said unto him, The Philistines be upon thee, Samson. And there were liars in wait abiding in the chamber. And he brake them off his arms like thread. Verse 13. And Delilah said unto Samson, Hitherto you have mocked me and told me lies. Tell me wherewith you might be bound. And he said unto her, If you weave the 7 locks of my head with a web. And she fastened it with a pin and said unto him, The Philistines be upon thee, Samson. And he awakened out of his sleep and went away with the pin of the beam and with the web. Verse 15. And she said unto him, How can you say I love thee, when thy heart is not with me? Thou hast mocked me these 3 times, and hast told me wherein thy great strength lieth. And when it came to pass, when she pressed him daily, she was on him. And when it came to pass, when she pressed him daily with her words and urged him, so that his soul was vexed to death, that he told her all his heart, and said unto her, There hath not come a razor upon my head, for I have been a Nazarite unto power from my mother's womb. If I be shaven, then my strength will go from me, and I shall become weak and be like any other man. Yes, y'all. Samson was a simp. Okay. First of all, I'm just going to be honest, man. The nigga saw what she was trying to do, and he did it anyway. That's the definition of a simp. They said he vexed his nerves. Bitch, why are you asking me all these goddamn questions? Don't worry about where my strength lie. Shit, he didn't do that. Well, no razor has ever been on my head. That's a lesson for some of you simping ass niggas out there. Let's see what happened to him. Verse 18. And when Delilah saw that he had told her all his heart, she sent and called for the lords of the Philistines, saying, Come up this once, for he has showed me all his heart. Then the lords of the Philistines came up unto her, and brought money in their hand, and she made him sleep upon her knees. And she called for a man, and she caused him to shave off the 7 locks from off his head. And she began to afflict him, and his strength went from him. And she said to the Philistines, the Philistines be upon thee, Samson. And he awoke out of his sleep and said, I will go out as at other times before, and shake myself. And he wist not that the Lord was departed from him. See what happened? You fellas, you can't serve the Lord and be a simp. Look what happened. He gonna withdraw himself from you. Now this is for the ladies though. I'm gonna keep going. It's another lesson for you fellas. I'm gonna have to come back to this. 21. But the Philistines took him and put out his eyes and brought him down to Gaza and bound him with fetters of brass and he did grind in the prison house. So that was it. But Delilah, she was pretty much playing in his face. He was just too dumb to see it. All right? Now, Delilah was a wicked woman. Right? She had ulterior motives for Samson. Number one, she was a heathen. And she set out to destroy Samson. But she made him feel like a man. She made him feel like there was love there. And his gullible ass went for it. All right? Ended up getting his eyes poked out. Now, he got the victory in the end. We know how it ends, but he died too. So, Delilah was able to manipulate and zero in on Samson's weaknesses to destroy him. As she did. All right, now, y'all got it, ladies? Delilah was a master manipulator, and she was a woman that had ulterior motives, all right? And she carried them out, and because Samson, all right, gave his power to her, he got destroyed, all right? Now, let's go to First Samuel 25. First Samuel 25 and 2. Right? Oh no, Salak. Not yet. First Samuel 25 and 44. There we go. So luck, y'all. Got my notes crossed up. Let's go to 2 Samuel chapter 6. 2 Samuel chapter 6. All right. Gonna start at verse 16. And as the ark of the Lord came into the city of David, Michal, Saul's daughter, looked through a window and saw King David leaping and dancing before the Lord. And she despised him in her heart. And they brought in the ark of the Lord and set it in his place, in the midst of the tabernacle that David had pitched for it. And David offered burnt offerings and peace offerings before the Lord. And as soon as David had made an end of burnt offerings and peace offerings, he blessed the people in the name of the Lord of hosts. And he dealt among all the people, even among the whole multitude of Israel, as well to the women as men, to everyone a cake of bread, a good piece of flesh, a flagon of wine. So all the people departed, everyone to his house. Verse 20. And David returned to bless his household, and Michal, the daughter of Saul, came out to meet David and said, how glorious was the king of Israel today, who uncovered himself today in the eyes of the handmaids of his servants, as one of the vain fellows shamelessly uncovering herself. And David said unto Michal, it was before the Lord which chose me before thy father, and before all his house, to appoint me ruler over the people of the Lord, over Israel. Therefore will I play before the Lord. Verse 22. And I will yet be more vile than thus, and will be base in my own sight. And of the maid servants which thou hast spoken of them shall I be had in honor. Therefore, Michal, the daughter of Saul, had no child unto the day of her death. Now, Delilah was a manipulator, all right? And damn near just strong-armed Samson's gullible ass out of his strength. Michal, on the other hand, had a sharp, flip-ass mouth. Now, you read this, right? She actually helped David escape from Saul. That's how he got out. She lowered him down and he was able to flee because Saul, her daddy, was going to kill him. But later on, right, when David retrieved the Ark of the Covenant and brought it back, and he out there celebrating and partying, you know, she didn't even run outside to celebrate with him. She up in the window hating. So, her mouth wrote a check that her ass can't cash. And he put her away for the rest of her life. Can you imagine that? I don't know how old she was when he did this, but can you imagine that? To get put away for the rest of your life because of your damn mouth. Just keep that in mind. He never gave her an opportunity to pop off again. He just stopped fucking with her. Period. And here's the thing. All right? He had other women to where he didn't even miss her. Do y'all know that's where we headed, ladies? To where you're not going to have the option to do that? Because you're going to have sisters that if you get out of line, they ain't. Yeah. Oh, here you go with this again. Yeah, I got to warn you, man. I got to warn you. Do it. If some of y'all take this attitude that you got over there, you're going to be in a bad way. Yeah. In a bad way. All right. Just keep that in mind. All right. Let's go to our last one. Let's go to 1 Kings chapter 19. I'm going to just read 2 verses. And Ahab told Jezebel all that Elijah had done, and withal how he had slain all the prophets with the sword. Then Jezebel sent a messenger unto Elijah, saying, So let the gods do to me, and more also, if I make not thy life as the life of one of them by tomorrow about this time. I'm going to read the New Living Translation. When Ahab got home, he told Jezebel everything Elijah had done, including the way he had killed all the prophets of Baal. Verse 2. So Jezebel sent this message to Elijah. May the gods strike me and even kill me if by this time tomorrow I have not killed you just as you killed them. So Jezebel, all right, was exceedingly wicked. You see, she talking shit. She had no fear of the Lord at all. At all. She came at a man of the Lord like he was nothing. Even caused Elijah to go on the run. All right? Now that's the irony of it. Elijah had just slain 400 and some prophets from false prophets of Baal. The Lord showed him. Woof. wiped them out. But then he get threatened from this bitch, and he runs. He was actually in fear of his life when he just saw what the Most High did to the prophets. I don't get that one, but, you know, I guess it can happen. But I'm not going to make it about the fellas. I'm going to ask the ladies. Do you really fear the Lord? Do you? Do you really fear the Lord? All right. We had Delilah. We had Michael. And then we have Jezebel. Okay. We had Delilah, Michael, and Jezebel. 3 women who were involved with the men of the Lord, except for Jezebel. Her husband was Ahab, wicked ass nigga, a henpecked motherfucker. That's what he was. Okay. But these women had no fear of the Lord at all. And that was exhibited through how they dealt with men of the Lord. See, if you fear the Lord himself, you'll fear his men too. If you call yourself loving and respecting the Father himself, then you will respect his men. If you fear the Father of lights himself, you will fear his men and respect them. All right? I'm just laying it out. Just laying it out. Now, let me show y'all something. Let's go to we'll go to 2 Kings chapter 9, verse 22. And it came to pass when Joram saw Jehu that he said, "Is it peace, Jehu?" And he answered, "What peace, so long as the whoredoms of thy mother Jezebel and her witchcrafts are so many?" And Joram turned his hands and fled and said to Ahaziah, "There is treachery, O Ahaziah." And Jehu drew a bow with his full strength and smote Jehoram between his arms, and the arrow went out his heart, and he sunk down in his chariot. And Jehu said to Bidkar, his captain, "Take up and cast him in the portion of the field in Naboth the Jezreelite, for remember that when I and thou rode together after Ahab his father, the Lord laid this burden upon him. Surely I have seen yesterday the blood of Naboth and the blood of his sons, saith the Lord, and I will requite thee in this plat, saith the Lord. Now therefore take and cast him in the plat of ground according to the word of the Lord." All right, so Jehu was on an assassination mission to get to Jezebel. Okay? And he killed this man along the way. Now let's go to 2 Kings chapter 9, verse 30. And when Jehu was come to Jezreel, Jezebel heard it, and she painted her face and tired her head and looked out a window. And as Jehu entered into the gates, she said, "Has Zimri peace, who slew his master?" And he lifted up his face to the window and said, "Who is on my side? Who?" And there looked out to him 2 or 3 eunuchs. And he said, "Throw her down." So they threw her down, and some of her blood was sprinkled on the wall. And the horses, and he trod her underfoot. And when he was come in, he did eat and drink. Now he threw this bitch out the window, then went upstairs to have something to eat. He went to have lunch. And said, "Go, see now this cursed woman and bury her, for she is a king's daughter." And they went to bury her, but they found no more of her than the skull and the feet and the palms of our hands. Wherefore they came again and told him. And he said, This is the word of the Lord, which was spake by his servant Elijah the Tishbite, saying, In the portion of Jezreel shall dogs eat the flesh of Jezebel, and the carcass of Jezebel shall be as dung upon the face of the field in the portion of Jezreel, so that they shall not say, This is Jezebel. So, for Jezebel putting hell on Elijah, for making him afraid, for making him run, for causing him a bad time, he's a man of the Lord. Now, Elijah never laid a hand on her or nothing like that. But the father dealt with Jezebel himself, and he sent an assassin to kill her. Now, all he did was give the word. He didn't put his hands on her either. He would have. He just said, throw the bitch out the window. This is the fate, all right, of women that think that they can disrespect the Lord's men, have a flip mouth, talk shit, be smart, be snide, and think that the Most High ain't looking, ain't beating up on you, just giving you the truth. See, this is not Beulah Baptist. This ain't Tree of Life. This ain't New Shiloh. This ain't none of that shit. I ain't Pastor Reeves or Pastor Green, all right? I'm a king. I'm your king telling you, all right? King the Akwaths, my daughters and sisters out there, that if anything like this is in you, you either need to get it out or disengage from this body. It's just a warning. The Most High don't play with his men, but he also don't play in protecting you when you right. All right? Introspective. Search yourself. All right? Search yourself. That's all I'm asking you to do. All right? So that's going to end this message. Got another one coming. So y'all stay put. Call Halal Yahweh Bashem Mashiach Yahweh Shai Bashem Kakadash. All praises. Peace and blessings to the Father of lights and to his beloved Son Yahweh Shai. Peace and power to the throne, to the sons and daughters and the elect of the nation of Israel and the royal house. All right. This is your King and Shepherd KD. And I'll be back in a minute with another one. KD out. Shalom.